Hello, everyone. Hello, Russ. Hello, Bam. Hello, Rabbi. We're live in Facebook, supposedly YouTube, but technical difficulties tayo ngayon. Kamusta kayo?
We're good.
Ayan, so it's been a very long time na magkakasama tayo. Again, Discovery Days, no? And it's really a fitting time na ngayon. And thank you for saying yes to this invitation, no, for having time. Ito yung perfect time natin together. Tayong apat na pwede lahat, no? Masyadong biglaan, kagabi lang talaga ng halos alas 12 na, no, na nag-confirm with all the schedules. Ayan. And thank you for saying yes today kasi nga, it's, Carla is about to give birth. No? It's really any time now. Pwede lahat, no? Masyadong biglaan, kagabi lang talaga ng halos alas 12 na, no? Ayan. So, all the schedules. You can already see this in Facebook. Thank you for saying yes today kasi nga, Carla is about to give birth.
Ano yung feedback niyo, B?
Yeah, I think it's in Facebook. So, we can... Ano lang, tarito. We can start sharing this page to Facebook. Baka lang may naka-open din na naririnig natin. Ayan. So, kumusta kayo? So, let's just get an update with everyone first, no? So, simulan natin sa'yo, Rabbi. Kamusta ka na? Kamusta ka na? It's been a long time. Parang huling natin kita, bro. Kahit pa nandito ka lang din sa Pilipinas, 2015 pa.
Oh, tagal na pala.
It's been 5 years. So, it's been 5 years.
Wow.
So, what's up with you? Kumusta ka ngayon?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm happy with the results that I am having now. So far, I still do workshop, seminar. Of course, syempre, nandiyan ang ating mentor, si Coach. Siya yung pinaka-ugat kung bakit now I can do programs. And I call it Empower now. Yeah. And as well, I do business.
Ugat pala si Russ.
Yung ugat natin nandito. The main source. And ako naman, every time I do seminar naman, I really always honor Coach Russ as a part of the program that I do. And well, I thank God because of the program, of course. I was able to really practice it in my personal life. And now I also have my businesses. So, yon, I'm also here in my office. I have my construction company and as well a travel agency and a merchandising business. So, that's me now, and I'm excited for this session. Promise, sobra excited.
Yeah, grabe, no. So, can you say na the seminars that we did way back helped you to who you are today?
Sobra, super. Every time I do the workshop, I do the training, I always use yung storyline as a testimony, especially nung nag-start ako. Alam ni Coach yan, Coach Rachel, when I start. Di ba? Very timid person, mababa ng self-esteem. But I really thank how the program transformed who I am. And doon, I will be forever grateful doon sa experience that I had. And yun nga, hindi lang sa akin, yun yung pinaka-grateful ako. Hindi lang ako yung personal naka-experience ng transformation, but also my family as well.
Wow.
Doon super grateful ako with that.
Oo nga, nung nag-interview tayo, bro, di ba? Yung mga kapatid mo na influence mo na nagtayo na kayo ngayon ng company.
Yes.
Grabe. For all you know, guys, for all those who are watching, we've been trying to meet since last year. Hindi lang talaga magka-set yung schedule and it happened ECQ pa ngayon. Sa Zoom na lang talaga para matuloy na. Oo. Si Bam naman, kamusta Bam?
Yeah, good evening everyone and sa lahat ng nanonood, of course. I'm just I don't know. I'm grateful to be here. Also excited. It's like parang seeing your dad who you haven't seen for a long time. I think that's the feeling. But I think I wanna I wanna get right into it. I mean, I appreciate Russ for saying yes to this, Russ. Really, thank you. But not just that, but I appreciate you, Russ, for just the meeting before this. Just always making it very real. And obviously, and this is something important to talk about. Kasi alam ni Russ, I mean, a lot of us can go into certain things and without acknowledging. We have a long history. We worked together for years. I'm talking about me, Russ, and Rabbi with DJ. And so we haven't really been connected. I also love how Russ mentioned, other people perhaps might be talking about us, might not be liking this.
That's true.
But I love, just keeping it so real, Russ. I mean, But I'm really speechless again because I'm just grateful for you, DJ, creating a space for the four of us to be here and not no una nga sabi ko I wonder what the objective is kaya nga sabi ko I actually told the group I said if it's just going to be the four of us and just some interview I'm also not not so keen on doing it but
Yeah.
if you're going to have Russ here sabi ko why not let's talk about how perhaps his life impacted ours and how we've been using all these learnings from him to also help other people. So, I'm really grateful for this. Yun lang, I'm just happy to be here and free flow as we go along.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah, even with the technical difficulties, tuloy tayo ngayon. Sa Facebook tayo ngayon. And so thank you for saying yes. Alam mo, sa sinasabi ni Bam kanina, for all of you who don't know, ano na lang, backstory na lang, nagpa-asi meeting pa kami before this happened. So para talagang discovery, hindi pumayag si Russ na walang prayer and pasi meeting, di ba? 10 minutes before yun. So para really checked in. So it really brings back memories, grabe. Di ba? It was really like that na hindi pwedeng bitawan yung structure and everything. So nakakatawa. Russ, how are you? Kamusta na? Happy birthday, by the way. Ha?
Yeah, belated happy birthday.
Belated happy birthday. Ilan taon ka na? 40?
49.
49.
One more, and I'm actually one halfway because I intend to live until 120 maybe.
Wow, grabe
So again, thank you DJ, for putting this up. It was very spontaneous. You know me when I say yes, I'm excited. Also, thank you Bam and Rabbi. Talking about authentic, and I said kanina, parang let's be real first. It's quite weird that I always remember Rabbi was like my baby. Kulang na lang tumira sa bahay kalibing ko, di ba? Parang ganon. And then Pam, also, I think for 1 year, almost 300 days a year magkasama. And of course, DJ. And all of a sudden, we all went on our separate ways, really taking a look at on how we get to grow and expand and learn what he applied. And the world is round, and here we are, back together, just being able to see how we can serve the world better. I mean, setting aside what was and facing what is for what? Higher calling to serve the world. So, I'm excited. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's connect and let's see how will this turn.
Again, thank you, Russ, for saying yes. No? Binati kita nung Sunday, happy birthday, and then when you responded, pinasok ko na kagad to. Sabi ko, nag-uusap kaming tatlo ni Rabbi and Bam, we're looking for another one. And you're the first option. We want you to be here para at least we want to give value. And then you immediately said yes, di ba? So I think it's a perfect time, di ba? Yun nga, I mean, it's been too long. It's been 2015, and then we saw each other once in a while, di ba? Nakita tayo sa Singapore, Russ, di ba? With the international training that we attend. But very few instances na talaga na nagkakausap din. It's really, this is the first time in a while na ganito kahaba. And yun nga, kanina pa lang sabi ko, wow, game face, may staff, may facil meeting ka agad. Ayun. So, again, thank you. Thank you guys for saying yes. No, in us four, in reality si Rabbi yung pinakamakulit eh. It's been really asking, kailan ba tayo mag-meet? Pupunta ako diyan, ganyan. That's been the backstory of this eh. And I think it's been, kumbaga hinihintay din talaga, no. So ako ayun, I've been again been growing in terms of the different businesses that. So the two teams that I've been running, and more importantly, this ECQ allowed me to go back to personal development training, me giving, because I really stopped for a year, nung pagkapanganak ni Dylan, I shot 100 videos, IGTV and Facebook, and then right after that, I made a more than 1 year hiatus online and then giving value. But ECQ forced me in a way. Ganon. In reality, MJ, diba? Part of your team, bro, MJ, I see Russ, MJ invited me dun sa lockdown summit. Magkasama tayo dun. And that sparked me. I should be starting giving value more to people again. And that, that is rooted back to you, Russ, na yun yung natutunan ko rin, while growing up eh. Ganon. Kasi since 2012, magkasama tayo. And, I've followed you and been your mentee ever since. And ang dami kong natutunan. Grabe. No? So since 2012, it was Ikipono days. Kaklase kami ni Russ sa Ikipono 1. Rabbi, na doon ka rin, di ba?
Yes.
O, di ba? So the first batch. Ikaw ba? Manong batch mo?
I was the batch na nagbebenta ng pagkain sa labas, tapos naghahanap ng pagkain si Russ dun sa Pioneer, and I bumped into him after. It's connected to your question. I bumped into him after, I think it was after, nag-staff kami in another company.
Okay.
I think it was the team program. And then I bumped into him, I think it was 6 years after, naghahanap sila ng pagkain. So while you guys were in Ikipono, I bumped into Russ and I asked him what he was doing.
Okay.
And I was all at that point in my life, I was, I wanted to become a facilitator and a trainer. And lo and behold, who was looking for food? It was Russ. But hindi pa kami doon nag-ano eh. So I was, to answer your question, I was the batch, I think after you guys. But, that's how connected we all were. Even though I was not in that first batch, we ended up still, being together. Yun.
Yun. Oh, Ikipono is the common ground eh. Tama. Oh, that's the first eh.
This is goosebump, no? Having heard all of this story. It's one of the people who I truly honor also as a mentor on a spiritual sense was Ikipono, Bruce Conching. And a lot of his teachings are still part of me and part of what I do. This is amazing.
That's true. Yun nga eh. For me, that kind of started, really, that training catapulted me and opened me up further in the personal development field. Kasi before that, what I attended is Pulse by Joey Reyes. No, so that's the first personal development, discovery-like training that I attended eh. So parang nakapag-basic na ako. Diba? But yes, he's the one actually who invited me. Their team invited me in Ikipono. Tapos doon ko naman na-meet itong new set of people, no? Na there's a bigger world out there pala. Bruce Conching, his teachings really is one of the things that I really like in relation to this topic na love and respect more than discipline and responsibility. Excellence and responsibility. Excellence and responsibility. Instead of that, kasi okay naman yun eh. It's also good eh. But if there's no love and respect, parang robot eh, di ba? So I think that opened me and naka-resonate siya sa akin. And doon ko nakilala si Russ. And then Rabbi, I know kabatch ko siya. Si Bam, na-meet ko siya talaga, hindi sa Ikipono eh. Sa Red Cross. There's a Red Cross batch nung June 2012. Yung binabanggit ni Christine. Hello pala sa mga nanonood, no? Ayan, si Christine nanonood. Ayan, ang daming nanonood ngayon. Si Christine, binabanggit niya, way back 2012, grabe, yun. So we attended that. And when we attended that discovery, that was Russ, Rabbi, Bam, and then some other people na nagpa-facilitate. Actually, that opened my mind. Sabi ko, pwede pala to. No, kasi before, what your impact to me, Russ, talaga is before, although there needs to be an excellence in terms of facilitating. Pero before, pag pinapanood mo yung mga facilitators, parang dapat sobrang master ka na before ka man lang tumayo sa harapan. Minsan ang hirap mag-practice. Diba? But from what I saw, sabi ko, magagaling sila, but I think I can do that as well. Diba? Hindi kasi isa lang yung FASI. That's what I think also is the good thing with the discovery parang setup. No, that there's a chance for people na parang si junior FASI pa lang. So people who have that vision, just like me, dun ko nakita, pwede pala yun. So dun kami naging close ni Bam at the very beginning. Di ba, Bam?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, I mean, since you're talking about how we all got connected in all of this, sa akin, and I don't mean to put Russ on the spot here, but I do want to mention this because it's important for me na, going back to why we all got connected. For me, Russ was the epitome of, walk the talk. And he was really, with the whole experience working with him, there was sincere kindness towards people. And I'm very discerning alam din ni Russ. We're always talking about, people we're working with and how do we vibes namin. And he would, there were times we were talking every day and, we would talk about what we're learning. I know you remember those times, Russ, we'd call each other every day and, Bam, what are you learning? Russ, what are you learning? And we would share these things. But seeing an individual, a human being who was really not just preaching something, but really living it in his life. And I would observe him. I don't know kung malamang alam ni Russ, I would also observe how he treated people when we were at the airport. There was a time nasa Davao kami, may mga tatawid. Tingnan ko, sabi ko, tumitigil si Russ, pinapatawid niya yung mga tao. Sabi ko, this guy is something else. And I'm grateful for, Russ, you changed my life, Russ. You gave me a wonderful opportunity to tap into potential, which is a framework that we talk about. So ako ganun eh, I mean, in spite of all the stuff that has happened between all of us over the years, parang I think it's still a choice of do we choose to see each other with kindness, and do we want to remember each other for the goodness, or the perhaps, I don't know, the not so good, because the four of us, I know, especially the three of us, we've also had a lot, for those who are watching, we've also had a lot of crying moments together. Because I mean, our seminars are based, ganun naman yung seminars namin eh. Sanay kaming mga lalaki sa iyakan. Because, we go through a lot of that. So, yeah, like I said, there's just so much that I'm grateful for. And I choose to go full out tonight. I learned that from Russ also. So, yun. But by the way, Deej, ang dami din nanonood sa page ko. I'm sharing this.
Nice.
I'm just saying hello to everyone. We have like almost 100 people watching on that end, and they're all happy, Russ, Rabbi, and DJ, that we're all connected.
Yeah.
And they're all happy. They're like they're parang nagsa-celebrate sila.
Oh.
Nag-reunion yung Hagibis.
Oh.
Powerhouse daw, powerhouse.
Parang it's been too long, parang tumanda tuloy tayo eh, no? Pero sabi nga ni Russ, he's still halfway, papunta 120. Yeah, Rabbi, kamusta ka dyan? Yun. So, can you remember what are your greatest, learnings with Russ, and also with your other mentors?
Mahaba yung story ako. Just like what Coach Russ said, no, I will always admit that, and I'm proud of it. I'm one of his babies. Okay, especially in the seminar. Actually, hindi pa nga discovery that time. It's internal stamina building. So, ganun siya katanda. Okay. So, at that moment, that was one of the greatest encounter in my life. Why? Because at that time, I really have a very low self-esteem. Well, knowing, di ba, to most people na nanonood ngayon, some of you really know, kaya nga nakikicelebrate kayo sa reunion namin. I'm a high school graduate. So, but because of that program, the moment that I saw him, actually, well, I love yung tandem nila ni Coach Max and Coach Russ. Pag nagsama silang dalawa, wala, drop jaw ka na lang, yun na lang ang gagawin mo. And just absorbing everything that they're sharing. And it really shifted my life. That day, that was 2011, I think August 2011. That was one of the best days of my life kasi it really transformed how I see myself. And I start to believe with me. So yun yung pinaka-greatest transformation ko. And lo and behold, after 6 months of that training, yung company na kasama ko dati doon, biglang zoom, gone. Diba? Ang saya lang, no? After the program, biglang nawala yung kumpanya, ang saya-saya. Hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko sa buhay ko. Tapos eventually, yun, totoo talaga sinabi, di ba? Pag may nagsarang pinto, may magbubukas. And si Coach Russ yun, siya yung door na nag-open sa akin. And eventually, he opened a door to people who wants to do what he does. And that's my ultimate dream. So nung narinig ko yun, na nabigyan ako ng opportunity, and ang pinaka pinagpapasalamat ko, hindi ko alam kung alam ni Coach Russ yan, yung even though he knows my background, parang hindi naman ako a big time person or parang have the names already. But he opened his arms, accepted me. I was, I think, 23 at that time. So napakabata ako pa at that time. And I really thank God for that moment. I really thank God for that moment. Kasi dun ako na build. Okay? And now I'm 33. Imagine 10 years, di ba? 10 years. Parang, wow, ito na, naiiyak na ako. So, ako, kaya nga, every time I do seminar, I always say, hindi ka doon nawawala, Coach. Kaya with all of the things na nangyari, pero you're always part because I will always remember where I started. Hindi ko yun makakalimutan, and I will be forever grateful for that. And the reason why, well, ako din, may mga viewers din, sa lahat na nag-e-empower, ito na po, nakikita nyo na ngayon, yung pinaka-reason why I was able to do it. And ako, I'm very, very, very thankful kasi from that point, alam mo yun, yung of course, ang relationship naman hindi laging smooth sailing, right? And ako, I appreciate it now, lalo na itong event natin ngayon kasi obviously we're really connected. Like it or not, we're all connected. Magkakadikit yung antag ito, yung bituka natin, because we serve one purpose, and that is to really inspire people and serve the humanity through the things that we do. And ako lang, yun lang, sobrang na-excite lang ako ngayon, sobrang happy, overwhelmed ako, kaya ang aga ko dito dumating kanina talaga, waiting for this time. Kasi sabi ko, this is it, di ba, alam niyo, sabi nga ni DJ kanina, nangungulit talaga ako. Kasi, alam niyo, dumating din sa point of longing. I really long for you. I actually, well, I hope naramdaman niyo, but I started to pray for you. So, yung pagka-miss, of course, syempre, yung tatay ko, in terms of the seminar, I always pray for you, Coach Russ. So, and of course, sabi ko nga, post ko sa Facebook when I posted this, kaya ang dami na excited. Sabi ko, kasama ko yung 2 kapatid sa seminar, and nababanggit ko yung mga pangalan nyo, kaya kilala din nila kayo. So, yun lang. With the process that I had before, the reason why I really follow Coach Russ is because, just like what Bam said, yun yung pinaka nag-stand ako. Of course, when I decided to follow yung steps ni Coach Russ, of course, maraming opposition, maraming challenges along the way. Plus, knowing I'm a church guy, I grew up inside the church, of course, with all of those, alam mo yung banggaan ng conflicts, ng belief. But then, the reason why I stood that ground to really follow him, because yun sabi nga ni Bam, because Coach Russ walks the talk. And kung meron akong pwedeng ipagmalaki ngayon, DJ, yun. Hindi ako perfect, I'm not perfect, but one thing that I can be confident of is I learn how to practice what I preach. And yun yung lagi ko sinasabi sa seminar, yun yung pinaka deep foundation ng program na ginagawa ko ngayon, na before I teach it, before I share it to people, I'll make sure na ginagawa ko muna yun. And that actually principle came from Coach Russ. Yun yung mga time na pinapalo niya pa ako. Hindi man literally, pero pinapalo niya ako with grabe siya, sobrang disciplinarian niya. Siya yung talagang kumbaga parang ako, eaglet, yung parang I thought I cannot fly. So I also thought I will find comfort from him, but I don't. No, magugulat na lang ako what he did. Di ba, ilaglag niya ako dun sa nest, and he really wants me to fly. And the reason why I think where I am now is because he allowed me to soar. Okay? Even though at that moment na I don't believe in myself, pero ang sarap lang talaga ng feeling that there's one person, there are people who believes in your greatness, and he is one of that person. And so, yun, ang haba na ng sagot ko. I'm just grateful sa mga pag-uusapan pa natin.
Grabe, amazing. Sige, Russ.
Sasabihin ko lang sana, Dij, tanggalin mo na si Russ, patulugin mo na si Russ, busog na.
Oo nga eh.
Grabe. Si Russ.
Ibang klase yung energy ni Rabbi eh. Ibang klase.
We're just starting.
Before Russ shared, say hi lang tayo kay Robert Tan, no? Sabi niya, powerhouse cast of life coaches all in one screen. Hello, Robert. Grabe. Very, very humble guy, no? And really still learning. It's always there to also serve. Very good speaker as well. Yeah. Thank you, Robert. Sige, Russ.
Wow. I'm happy to hear all of this. And if I were listening to Bam, DJ, and Rabbi, also taking a look at on why am I like this? Since tonight is about mentor. Of course, I always believe that there's no one who is self-made. Okay, I am where I am because of all the people who I met contributed to me. But I guess if I were to look at my career or my business or my work ethics, deeply rooted from my first mentor who mentored me when I started my career. And I guess simply, maybe you want to understand why my heart is like this is simply because, again, may pinanggagalingan to, the people who I met when I was 21. No? And I guess that the first thing I learned in my life, and that's why if you notice kanina, the first time we met, no, instead na automatic kumustahan, automatic structure, parang trabaho ka agad, it's because, again, most of the time that I see a lot of people want to follow my path. Okay, because they want the freedom, they want to do all of this, they want to make a difference. but little did I know yung work ethics ko in terms of the discipline in making sure everything like a structure is there. I got it when I first started working, no? And I think I remember my first job was actually a promodizer or a janitor for Philips Consumer Electronics. And I think my first 6 months was really crying like, crazy. It's because I did not understand that I need to learn discipline at work. So if there's one thing I really like to honor of my work ethics, up until now, if you notice, I've never been late in my entire life. I don't know if you remember that, DJ, Rabbi, in all of the things that I do. It's because I learned that early in my life from my first boss, or I call her a mentor. She's still alive right now, and I really honor her. Her name is Jane De Los Santos. I know you met her. And she was the one who honed me that. And hence, that made me who I am today. And maybe that's how I passed on to all of you guys. No? So if I were mean before when you were training, it's because I always believe structure of discipline first before we go on freedom. So that's one. Okay. Number two, Bam was saying on how I treat people. Because I always believe I grew up having all the disadvantage in life. No? Kumbaga, in terms of itsura, feeling ko pangit-pangit ko. In terms of brain, feeling ko bobo-bobo ko. Disadvantage lahat. Okay? And the only advantage I had that time was to be really of service. So, kung hindi mo madaan sa galing, idaan mo sa kabaitan at serbisyo. At nakuha ko yan dun sa pinakauna kong boss sa sales. His name is Jun Hugos. He passed away already. And I guess that's where I got my highest value, where I'm at right now, that created me so many blessings in my life. I mean, crazy, beyond my imagination blessing. Is simply because he taught me the most important lesson in life, which is to add value to me first. I just realized he introduced to me the book Psycho-Cybernetics, okay? Changing my self-image. That's where I got into the self-development. And the way I actually serve is to add value no matter what. So just like Bob was saying, when people cross the road, why don't you just stop for a second and add value to them and let them feel that they're respected as a pedestrian? And I think that's on top of mind. So again, maybe my message is where you are today is because of the some people who you met gave you lesson that carried through. And hopefully, again, I know you guys are passing it on, and the legacy lives on when you start to pass on all the great things that we learned from people who went ahead of us.
Amazing, Russ. Grabe. Ang ganda nung na you also honored your first mentors, Kasi tama nga naman, we will not be like who we are today without that. And it's being a mentor is not just about attending his or her seminar. It's really this person who really guided you and molded you to who you are today. And for me, that's why I've spent time with Russ, I think for 12, 13, 14, 15, 4 years, no? For 4 years together. Naalala ko yung sinabi mo sa akin, I don't know if you still remember, na when we attended the Kipono, sabi mo sa akin, hindi mo ako naramdaman. No? Kasi doon tayo nagkakilala. And then when I attended your seminars, and I thought, I'm already giving value back then. Diba? I already have my own company, we're doing well. Diba? I'm, in a way, successful at my own. But when when you told me that feedback, I already felt that this person, really cares, and at the same time, I can really learn a lot more because I want to grow. No, 2012, I was 25, 26 back then. No, so sabi ko, I'm still hungry for a lot more growth, just like right now. And sabi ko, this person telling me that, it means that he saw something, and I'm blessed, Russ, that you even gave time to give me that feedback. Because back then, in terms of the training world, I'm nobody naman Diba? I am being one of the, ano ba tawag doon? Fancy in training, mga fits, diba? Nandun lang ako sa pagbatawing my schedule, nandiyan na tayo sa Red Cross, ganyan. And the people, ng mga classmates ko, just like what Rabbi is telling, may mga bigger success na in life. There's Gina Katigbak, diba? There's, sino pa ba? Marami yan. Sila Brian, ganyan. Si Bam, nandoon. Sabi ko, there's a lot more people. And then ako, nanonood lang ako on the side. But I think you saw something in me. That's why you approached me. And I remember there's one, abundance class wherein you took me out of the class. And ano naman ako noon, parang coaches, one of the coaches na ako noon eh. And then you talk to me. Sabi ko, binanonood mo ako sa labas ng pinto. Ganon. So, and then you're telling me, this is, ito yung gagawin natin. You're sharing me your vision. And I think starting that, I think it was towards the end of 2012, starting in that time, I felt na, okay, I'm already under your wings. No, kasi Rabbi and Bam, nauna eh. Di ba? Nauna
I remember that. It was in the third floor of Red Cross new building.
Yes. It was in the third floor ng Red Cross new building. You pulled me out and then you're telling me something. And that's where I felt na, okay. So in a way, dahil I continues to serve as well. And then, di ba, kasi laging pwede kang mag-staff eh. Di ba? So I continue to staff and then I've been learning abundance, breakthrough. I remember, Russ, gaano ko na rin ako katagal with IM+. We had a breakthrough, 7 attendees. Grabe. It was 7 attendees na breakthrough. For those who are watching and breakthrough, it's amazing kung marami kayo, like 20 to 40, ganyan, even more. But it was 7. Imagine yung tutok sa 7 people na yon. But tuloy pa din, di ba? Imagine, it's hard for people who organize a seminar, to, pag nag-seminar ka and then kukonte, di ba parang iniisip mo, ano ba, tutuloy pa ba natin to? Are we giving 100%? Ganyan. And that experience already told me na, okay, kahit either 7 ka or 7,000 yan, the same performance eh. Diba? We give our 100%. So that's one thing that I really learned from you. And I remember there was a time in Driven, during that same year, I think 2012, nagpatawag kami ng training, isa lang dumating. It was a night training eh. Isa lang dumating, 2 pa kaming trainer. Alam mo, tuloy pa din. No? So, and this person really learned talaga and then natuto ring makabenta. Kasi I saw eh. Tama yung sabi mo, Bam eh. Diba? It's really modeling eh. It's not just about talking and then, diba, may module. But most of the time, I really see from your life, both in health, in all areas, diba? Relationship, more importantly, in execution, in terms of excellence sa work, yung module sa discovery, sa training, is in real life. Mm-hmm. 'Di ba? Kasi ang hirap din pag natin mo lang sa seminar, 'di ba? Then makakalimutan mo 'yun eh. But because I'm with you and seeing you, watching you from afar in a way, now ito pala yung ibig sabihin nito. And I think that helped me to, let's say, when I conduct training and when I do coaching, it's not just because na-memorize ko siya, but I lived by it eh. Not just by me, but I saw the model. So tama si Bam. Tama yung term mo, Bam, parang tatay. No, parang ngayon mo lang nakita yung tatay for a very long time.
Can I say something about that?
Sure.
Age? Yeah, I think, I'm just reminiscing a lot of, the lessons and the frameworks that Russ has shared with us. I mean, one of the things that came up sa akin was this, sabi niya, Bam, and with all due respect to everyone watching, but this is important eh. Because a lot of people are trainers or want to be trainers or speakers who are watching us. But I remember what Russ said. Sabi, Bam, you don't want to be a preacher. And let me put that in context, what that means. Not preacher in church. But he said, you don't want to be someone who's saying something, but you're not living it. Mm-hmm. Because then you're out of integrity. Then you're misaligned, you're incongruent. And that shows up when you're doing training. So I like that where Russ would always say, for those who are watching, where he will always say, you can, and I actually saw this kanina kay Blair Singer, Russ, and Deej and Rai, where he talked about, performance versus telling your actual story. And that's where you create the most connection with. I mean, there are a lot of lessons, but that's one of the most, I think, important lessons na narinig ko, Deej, where
sabi niya having conversation.
Having conversation, but that only happens when you understand that you're not there to simply preach or teach, but are you living it? But I also have to note this, because there was one time I remember having a conversation with Russ, 2013, parang mag-go 1 year pa lang ako. We were working together. I said, Russ, I don't feel, and I know Rabbi has had this conversation with Russ, or I don't feel like I'm in integrity because I don't have these icons of success that, because, we're a success seminar and all that. And I remember we were in Tagaytay. Hi to people watching in Tagaytay, meron. And he said, Bam, listen to this. It's not necessarily about what you already have, right? But it's also about your willingness to grow and to change and to become not exactly in these words, but to become a better human being, right? But also, what's the purpose of that? The evolution of you as a human being. It's to help other people, and that really gave me a lot of confidence. And I've been sharing that, Russ, to a lot of people. And I know, whether it's still a principle that you live by, but I'm just saying these are things that help me. Okay, while I'm looking for other things, Russ is just saying, just keep going because it's value that you're providing for people. So I mean, kaya I'm enjoying this conversation. There's a lot of frameworks and lessons teach na, that's coming up for me that are just so priceless. I think they're very, very important. A lot of people, I know Rai's nodding, where a lot of people get misaligned. I think they try to come up with a something, and it's not really, they're not really living it. So Russ would always check, how are you with your health, Bam? Chine-check na kami isa-isa. How are you with your relationship, Bam? Parang tatay talaga. But I think these are really important questions to ask, those who are watching, because you might be saying, I just see Russ, I just see Rabbi who's very good and DJ who's very good, but I don't want to talk about my own life. I don't want to talk about my own weaknesses. I don't want to talk about my own resentment and the anger na dala-dala ko. But it can't work. I mean, you can't have one without the other. Or you can try, but I think these people will come up flat. They'll come up short because it's out of alignment and out of integrity. So, and yun lang. But mamaya I'll read. Ang dami nagko-comment like Russ and Ryan.
Yeah.
They're saying, happy to see the fourth. Sana daw next time kasama na daw si Coach Max.
Oh, yeah.
and had one of the biggest breakthrough during Breakthrough Class 2012. That's all of us. Grateful to connect with all of you during that time. Si James Tarosa. I mean, John Denver says grateful to Coach Russ. Isa
Kabatch ko sa James, kabatch ko yan si JM.
And excellence niya. There you go. Through workshop and seminars way back in Baguio and Dagupan. There's just a lot of people just expressing. Oh, Coach Max is here. Sabi niya, amazing.
Hi, Max.
Hello, Coach Max.
Hi, Max.
Master Max.
Master Max. So, yun lang.
Yes, I just want to comment on what you said, Bam, no? Because you have to understand the type of seminar we are running is not really the having seminar, but it's really the being seminar. Okay, so it's really taking a look at on what type of seminar are we doing here. We're not just putting out a seminar of the how to be successful, okay, or why do you need to be successful, but it's all about who is a person who can be successful. I mean, at the end of the day, we all come from point A, and my point A is different from your point A. The biggest question here is, how do I now move from my point A to point B when I feel that somebody in front of me is already in their point D, which is really far. So which means taking a look at on honoring the progress that you have. So at the end of the day, the way I see it, especially right now, the biggest crisis right now in the world is depression. It's no longer obesity, and depression comes that, do I feel enough? And all of this fear, this doubt, this worries that's showing up is because I don't feel enough. And a lot of people will feel enough when they have all of this external success factor. I'm not saying it's not important. It's really important. However, with or without it, do I feel fulfilled about myself and when I am by myself? I will repeat that. Do I feel happy about me, especially when I am by myself? And I guess money cannot buy that. Okay, fame cannot buy it. Okay, the success that we also cannot buy it, but it's the highest form of what I want to achieve on a day-to-day process up until now is really that high sense of fulfillment. And I guess that's the type of seminar we're running. Because at the end of the day, strategies can come and go. Okay, action plan can come and go, but who I am deeply, that I honor myself and the being who created me is what I feel is most important, and the only thing that's permanent in the world is His love. And the only thing that I want to work on me is loving me, even if I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this. It's just a bonus. Nice. And when I come from that, Okay, understanding that agape love for myself because my creator loved me no matter what. Then I create an excitement action and I create an excited result in my life. And I think for our listeners there, it doesn't matter where you are. Most important part here is, do you have the intention to move 1% better now and then 1% better tomorrow, and continually moving towards where you want to go versus sit down and do nothing. It's never about the external. The external are just bonus. And I think, Bam, that's the type of seminar that we're running. Again, it depends. I mean, we all went to a different path because we all have different things that we want in life.
Sure.
And the reason why we're all here is because, yeah, we respect each other's direction, okay? And we respect each other's maybe wants. I may have bigger, crazy, billion things that I want. You may have something else. At the end of the day, it's still, do I feel fulfilled with myself and when I am by myself? I think that's something that I want to work more of myself and start to also share with more people.
Yeah. Can I respond to that, Deej?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no,
Go
I
ahead.
just want to say, I think one of the interesting things about, because the work that we do, it's very, very personal. It's very transformative. But really, I think sa atin, Russ, si Rai, Deej, I think, oh, cute. Oh,
Anong
that's a new
pangalan yan?
cat.
Yeah, hindi na si Chingay eh. Si Chingay na
Bago
naalala
na
ko.
yan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's it's now, I think life has given the four of us an opportunity to also, practice what we preach, and a lot of us from the beginning, we've always spoke about forgiveness, handling resentment, and then here we are, perhaps going through our own stages where what I mean, I understand also the pain. This is frameworks you've also shared it, like when it's your own family or people that you love, and you guys are like my brothers, for sure. And that's why I think, when we go through these stages where perhaps we're going different paths, and there are also hurt, there was also pain. I think like ako with Russ, because we were very, 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 very close. For those who don't know, I mean, we both know our deepest darkest secrets, and I'm sure you all have your own sharings with Russ, but really to be able to know people that closely, and at some point in your life where it might be there's a fork on the road, and it can be very hurtful and painful to not be together anymore, and this is just an experience that I'm sharing, because a lot of people, since we were tying up, we share about conflict resolution and all of this. But the truth is, the four of us still go through the pain. I mean, we're as human as anyone, to go through the resentment also. But of course, we have our I think, I won't say that we're that self-aware, but we have our own process of being able to understand. And also, Dibaray, I don't know if you guys will agree with this, and Deej, but also, at what point do we say, today I want to be in the present moment and appreciate people who did give value to me, appreciate people who did, Rabbi drove me to be better, because in every aspect, when I was starting, he was better than me in every aspect, but kaya nga, it's also a lesson sa akin, Rai, na sabi ko, oh, how about, but it's helped me, Rai, kasi when people say, oh, coach, I can't do it, then I always talk about you. I talk about Russ, who we saw as like, Gabe, Russ is larger than life, no one can be like him. And then there's Gina. But it's also learning in humility, if there's something you want badly enough, that, and once you get beyond the mindset, the limiting mindset, I can't do it, it's impossible, and you start believing in yourself. But not just that, having a mentor. At the time, Russ really believed in us. Okay, that's one. He really gave us an opportunity to be able to shine. But I think also this is very important. And kanya-kanya naman tong styles of mentorship. I can never mimic the way Russ, what's this? Yung mentors people. I cannot. That's where he really, really does it so amazingly. But I think he gave all of us a safe space to try it and make mistakes. As a matter of fact, Russ, I remember see Max in Davao, Deej, when I was gonna do my module for the first time in Davao, where they would bring me. I go, Max, I'm so nervous. I might make a mistake. And Russ has said this also. It's an opportunity for you to make a mistake and to learn. And I said, wow, I've never thought about that way. So Russ was always, kahit sabi mong he's more of a on that scale of the personality, he might be controller and that stuff, but he was also, but dito ko nagulat si Russ he's always very allowing. As a matter of fact, I'm more of a controller than Russ when it comes to that. But si Russ is like, bahala ka, do it. But he would always say naman, you're doing it, but you practice. And he would always hold us accountable. Rabbi, did you practice? Bam, did you practice? TJ, hindi naman basta-basta din eh. But these are I think these are moments that I recall that were golden and so important for people to also understand. Yun lang.
As you were saying, Bam, no. Ako, I really miss having Russ as a mentor as well. Kasi like coaching you and catching you with your, with your shortcomings, it's important eh. Ganon. And yun nga, yung when, just like what you're sharing earlier, Russ, wherein we have to really focus on ourselves and being happy by ourselves and with ourselves, diba? And sometimes, I really like that idea and I try to live by it. I give my best 100%. But of course, there are times that I forget about it, diba? Sometimes when the going gets tough, sometimes I focus on the doing and the having. And having someone to remind you is really challenging. Especially, let's say me, I'm a company owner. And then usually sa aming 5, ako yung pinakababad sa training. It's hard if there's no one checking on me. That's why I visit BAM once in a while. Para ma-inspire din ako in a way na, di ba, yung ginagawa nasa personal development. Because if not, I will think na what I'm doing is always the right thing. Diba? But when I'm seeing people na yun nga, with Russ, when I watch what he's doing, with Rabbi, with what you're doing in your seminars, and then now hearing about it, it brings me back to earth about what needs to be done, what should it be. And I'm not afraid to tell this to people that I still make mistakes. Right now, yun nga, sometimes napaalalahanan ako na wag puro having and puro doing. Dapat always go back to beingness eh. There are times that when there's pressure, I tend to do things, not just stay and let be, diba? And but another thing that I learned, and that's why I'm not afraid to tell it to public, to my seminars, to be vulnerable. Before I have too many walls and try to look perfect with anyone para diba hindi ma-judge. But being with Russ is that's the allowing nature of it's okay to make mistakes. Right? It's okay to be vulnerable. In fact, when you become vulnerable and when I tell my stories, right, coming from myself, when I tell my stories, it's actually being more connected. That's the reason why I get connected with my audience, with my team. When I relate to them na, alam mo, ganyan din ako, actually much worse when I was starting, just like you. Ganon. So when I go back to that level, for me, that's one of my biggest learnings. I always use that in my seminars. I make sure na, paano ba ako makaka-connect dito? Ay, hindi, teka lang, I just want to share. I just need to share with my own challenges and failures in the past para makita nila, si DJ, even he's our trainer right now, also went through what I'm going through. And up until now, that really is, that shows up with me, that every time that even though, let's say trainer na ako ngayon and then I have a lot of problems pa rin or some challenges, I always say that, it's okay, it's part of the process. Diba? Normal lang yun eh. I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to show people that, I'm bulletproof. Hindi eh. No, it's okay not to be okay. That's one of the biggest learnings that I had. And because of that, I think I became more effective with dealing with people.
Right. I think listening to your story, again, it's reminiscing me, why am I, where am I right now? It's still, again, mentor. No? Thank you for whoever brought this up, the word mentorship in the four of us. I think it's Pam.
Yeah.
I think feeling safe when I started this career, I had my really safety net, like a mom who would always embrace me. A lot of times it's Belle, and I last Sunday was my birthday. I called her up and say, without you being there like a cradle, letting me know that I am loved no matter what, it was Belle. But more than that, also is taking a look at also feeling safe, that being able to be vulnerable. I think one of the people who I got that is another mentor of mine, Max, you know him. Being able to just also allow that you need best friends at work. No? And without him, maybe I would have not been here. But above all, people I look up to still Beson. I think Bam knows this. And every time I have my birthday, I really call both Beson and Bell to let them know how much impact they have created on me and the impact I have created on the people who are following me, who are listening to me. So it's really, going back to I am where I am, not because of this is my own thing. And I always believe there's no such thing as self-made. Okay, I'm made up of people who I met along the line, along the journey. So it's
that's one thing that I see with really successful people. No, not just with Russ, but when people I meet, people that I interview, these people are always grateful to the people who believed in them at first and tried to transform them. Kasi diba, during the times that we don't believe in ourselves anymore and we're on the verge of giving up, that mentor, that leader believed in us. And that's why we don't give up on ourselves. Diba? So, Rabbi, what can you share as well?
Well, ang sarap lang makinig, ano? Na-miss ka.
Oo nga eh. Para tayo sa Janten dalawa, di ba?
Nag-enjoy si Rabbi.
Di ba? Pwede ba nakaganit na lang dito? I really miss that. Yung listening kasi yung for I think 2 years yata, 2 to 3 years or even more, yun yung breakfast, lunch, and dinner ko with Coach Russ. Just hearing that parang building on yourself. But yun nga, with all of those things na nasabi, no, and part of the things as well is really to embrace the process. Kung meron tayong, ako personally for me, kung meron akong pinaka-greatest treasures, it's really to submit to that process. Kasi, of course, now, we're very happy to the results that we've created. Of course, there's a lot more to come. But however, when people look at us, parang titignan nila, wow, di ba? Talagang humongous yung result. Just like, just naalala ko bigla, sinabi ni Bang, bigger than life. Bigla akong naalala, oo nga, no? Kaya parang ang hirap niyang sundan kasi parang paano ko magagawa yung ginagawa niya? And every time nga that there are people who's asking me who wants to do the same things that we do, sabi nila, paano ka nag-umpisa? And every time that they will hear me coach, saan mo kinukuha yung tanong? Paano mo nalalaman yung right question to ask people? Sabi ko, alam mo, nung tinanong mo ko, naalala ko, yan din ang tanong ko kay Coach Russ dati. No? Ang lagi nilang sagot sa akin, you will know it. Okay? You will just know it. Just dig deep in your heart. You listen talaga 100%. And my point is really to be on that process. You allowing yourself to really submit. Parang no resistance at all. You just allow it parang just to come to you. And I think yun din yung isang bagay na gusto kong maintindihan for the viewers who are also aspiring to become a trainer or a life coach as well. It's really not resisting those processes kasi, again, it will never be a smooth sailing. The reason why we are here right now is just because we soar above the storm, di ba? Dun sa mga challenges that we face along the way. And of course, di ba, yung mga mentor naman natin, the reason why they are so effective to us is just because, alam mo yun, they care so much that they speak the truth. Okay? Even though, minsan talaga, alam mo yun, tagos sa buto, yung alam mo yun, pumunta ka sa kanila ng buong buo yung pagkatao mo, tapos lumabas ka ng pinto na parang tama pa ba? But, alam mo yun, yun yung sinasabi kong process na I embrace that process.
But with love and respect, mapasok ko lang. Kasi marami rin nagbibigay ng feedback na masakit tapos hindi love and respect eh. So this one, love and respect.
Yun yung maganda di ba? Na ang sakit ng feedback, pero gusto mo siyang yakapin. You want to embrace that because you know, though how you hear it or the feeling is painful kasi you're hearing the truth, di ba? And the truth hurts. But the good thing, it will set us free. But coming from love and respect, at the end of the day, parang we will come into this position where you will start to realize and process, oo nga, no? So magiging baka ka ngayon, oo nga, no? And as we take that realization and absorb that within ourselves, then transformation starts. So yun yung sobrang parang with all of the things that I have right now, beyond that, one of my greatest possession now is those process. Yun yung hindi ko mawala na itong lahat, wag naman, pero kung mawala man ito lahat, yun yung hindi ko papakawalan. Yung process na yun. Kasi, of course, maraming nagsabi, hindi naging madali yung pinagdaanan. But yun yung treasure. Every time that I will remember. Kaya nga, I really believe so much, di ba? Yung ang marunong tumingin sa pinanggalingan, makakarating sa patutunguhan. So, I really always remember and appreciate and always grateful for that process.
Yeah. Shoutout muna tayo bago sumagot si Russ and si Bam. Shoutout tayo kay Jeremy, Jesly Tan. Nakakamiss sobra to. I miss Bam and Russ, sabi niya. Si JJT.
Hi, JJT.
Yeah.
What's up, JJT?
Kali De Leon, Idol Rabbi.
Kali, hi
Yeah.
Kali.
Si B, nag-heart. Yeah, flying heart.
Hi B.
Tapos Joems Deliaba, nice coaches. Hello everyone who's watching. Thank you very much for watching. Whatever you're learning, kindly comment down below para at least ma-recognize namin kayo dyan. Kamusta kayo? We have 88 viewers and ang dami ngayon. No? So, tama, Rabbi. Grabe yun. Alam mo, masingit lang ako before, Russ. Yung tama kayo, na all the material things are here, but that learning, the personality that I become, that I became because of all the learnings, the seminars, and then the modeling that I saw. Mahalaga yung modeling, di ba? Prepared me for my next chapter of life. Mahirap pala mag-asawa. Diba? So, kumbaga, tama yung Russ, naalala ko yung sinabi mo na
Talagang public yun, ha?
No, hindi, totoo. I mean, alam naman ni Carla na it's always challenging. And I remember in one of the seminars, I think, discovery or breakthrough, no? Na when there's two people live together, it's actually 6 people living together. Doon, sabi ko, nag-flashback yun, grabe yun. No, na ano bang ibig sabihin nun? Ngayon naintindihan ko na yung parents ko tsaka ako and then parents niya tsaka siya, kami yung nasa bahay. All those belief systems are now clashing. So even the small things, dati hindi ko maintindihan, small things pinag-aawayan. Ngayon pati paghuhugas ng pinggan. That's one of my favorite examples when I do the seminars. Di ba? Pati paghuhugas ng pinggan pinag-aawayan, di ba? But it's not because the other person, my wife or me, are bad, but it's just because conflicting ideas. No? So, but because I learned, I think that changed my life, because the problems will always occur. But who I am right now allowed me to be more understanding of the process and the person. So yon.
I guess, especially right now, for a romantic relationship, okay? And I've been doing a lot of coaching right now, crazy, especially romantic relationship. It's still going back to not feeling enough for myself and hoping my partner would, fill me up. Okay, you make me feel complete. It's not gonna work. I mean, at the end of the day, all of the conflict I have in my life is because I take things personally. So if they have a different choice, if they have a different behavior, and I take it upon me, and that gives me a lot of meaning that, yeah, I'm not enough, and I start judging myself, and I start throwing it out as a projection with relationship. I still go back to, again, the agape love that I am not giving to myself. Therefore, I will also be conditional to people around me. So I will always say, the real soulmate is a romantic relationship because they know how to push the right button. Okay, and the moment they push the right button, and if you're not aware, you go frenzy, you go crazy, and conflict starts, conflict grows, and broken relationships. So it's still the highest form of awareness that I always still up until now practice is the meaning I put into who I am, into every situation, especially on the situation, that things that I don't like, okay? And also being careful of the meaning I give myself on having all of this perceived success of, that being able to see that maybe I'm better than anyone, and I'm bigger than anyone. Still being careful about the meaning that I put into it. Still going back to who I am, and I think that's really powerful on understanding the I am, okay, which is taking care of that I am. And then I always say that my I ams are my way, my I ams are my truth, my I ams are my life, and whatever I ams I have here, which is I am enough, I am powerful, or I am not good enough, all of these things that I carry or we all carry that allows us to feel not so good about ourselves, especially when we are alone, taking a look at on how life is working or how life is not working. And I guess that's the whole root of what I do now in the seminars. When I speak to people, is still going back to who I am. And I guess the biggest trouble in life right now is people forget who they are. Okay, and the only answer here is who you are is you are a creation of the Almighty. Therefore, you have everything inside you. Just dig into that, and that is why it's something that a lot of people cannot comprehend, because again, the programming here is it's all about external. It's all about taking a look at that, and still concept of beingness versus the havingness, or beingness versus the doingness, and really going back to that, and just like DJ was saying, I guess if you see me right now, how I live my life, I don't allow external pressure anymore. Okay, you may say things about me, but in the end, I know what I want. I know who I am, and it's something that I'm so happy with what's going on. It's simply because, and the more I ground myself into the beingness, the more the havingness is showing up. I mean, this lockdown is such an amazing, most exciting part of my 10 years life, seriously. We did a fantastic, phenomenal job since March, April, May. And I'm hoping this is already normal. I mean, I just shared with you guys that my dream to be in the farm at 60, 70 is going to happen this year because of the God's greatest gift God has given this lockdown, that, yeah, I can do a lot of things 10 times bigger because of the gift of the technology that's rising up. And I guess that's where I want to invite everyone, our listeners, that there's the new normal is, whether we like it or not, okay? The bigger pandemic here is not the COVID, but the fourth industrial stage of revolution of the technology. And this is something that we've been preparing, and maybe some people who are scared right now because they're not prepared for this. So this is an invitation, guys. We still have one more week, 1 week na lang ba? Or Monday, to reinvent embracing technology, because it's gonna happen whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's true. Grabe talaga yung ito nga yung nangyari sa atin. It's really, I think everything that has happened, and I'm grateful that, again, from what I learned again from you guys, is there's no limit. If only our minds can put limit to what we want, and then challenging the status quo. Yung alam mo yon, na a lot of people, let's say in different companies or in the industry, they say na ito yung dapat kasi this has worked for so long. But right now, like I have a dream of working 6 months here and I'm 6 months abroad. That's my dream. 6 months traveling or abroad and then 6 months here in the Philippines. And a lot of people will say it's not possible. No, kasi they need your presence here and there. But I know, because from what I have grown myself into as well, I know I can do it as long as I believe that it can be done. Right? Rather than listening to people who, of course, hasn't done it as well. Kasi ganun lang naman yun, di ba? Yun. So it doesn't mean that they're wrong, but it's just a choice. And I think that's what I choose to believe as well. Just like what Russ is telling us earlier, na doon lang siya sa province, wala nang puntahan sa Manila. Ganun. Tapos gagawin niya na lahat sa with just the use of technology.
In fact, I don't know, Rabbi, if you remember the last trip we had, I just told you I'm so tired I'm sorry, but I'm so tired flying every week, flying every month abroad. And the dream really is just to stay and be with. And I realize I've done a lot of international seminars since lockdown up until now. So it's possible. So it's really possible. So again, a lot of things are unfolding. It's just maybe the biggest thing that we want to share to the world, that with what's going on, is either we have our mindset of scarcity or abundance. And if there's so much fear, doubt, worry, anxiety right now, it's because we're thinking that the world is against us, versus we can also shift to the world is with us, if that's the mindset. Actually, it's scarcity versus abundance.
Yeah. I want to say something then, Deej. No? I mean, I agree 100% with what Russ said. My own experience with this, people were asking me about how are you doing? Sabi ko, I'm just very grateful. I'm in a space of gratitude because the opportunities, and of course with all respect and love to people who are suffering today because of the situation. But sabi ko nga, my suffering will not alleviate your suffering. I love what Russ said. It's mindset. But many of us, Rabbi, CDH, Russ, and a lot of people on this, there's a lot of people here watching us, have prepared themselves for exactly for this time. Exactly for this moment. But sadly there are also a lot of people who did not prepare, who kaya nga sabi ko, Russ, I was saying, when perhaps personal growth perhaps was poo-pooed before, like, what do we need this for? Self-awareness, what for? And then you're now locked down, and then you're wrestling with your own thoughts. A lot of people are suffering because they're going through, it's not even, wag na nga natin sama yung relationship, other people, just to be on their own. The battle between their minds, between their ears and in their minds. A lot of people are suffering there. Tapos, nagsama ka pa ng isa pang tao who's also having their internal battles. I mean, imagine the craziness. I mean, we're not, and for those watching, we're not trying to
tapos nakapabad ka pa sa Crisis News Network.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and people are wondering, why is I'm not gonna comment, but definitely, I mean, but that's why also Deej and everyone here. I mean, I think that's why the work that we do, the demand for it, but also the need to, I mean, the opportunity to be able to help people, lalo na ngayon. I mean, for me, it's overflowing, it's overwhelming, and I'm also like, wow, but we wouldn't have gotten to this space, Deej, if this didn't happen. We wouldn't have been able to figure it. But also, pwede naman nangyari ito, but you also wouldn't have gotten to that space where you have the opportunities if your mind and your heart and your spirit was not prepared for it. Ito yung sinasabi na where opportunity meets preparedness. You come prepared, but it perhaps could be a long process depending on how you go. But I'm just grateful that, a lot of us did prepare for this time. And I like what Russ said, the scarcity, it doesn't matter whether you're a lockdown or not. If you have that mindset, and if you are trapped within that way of thinking, kahit na bukas yung mundo, bukas yung bansa, you'll still have those struggles. But how come there are people perhaps who are in that situation now where we can't do what we normally do, but you are experiencing abundance? I'm not talking just about money, abundance of opportunities, abundance of health, abundance of connections, abundance of people that are there to support you, and that you can support as well. It's that now dito ko nalaman talaga, right? It's just a way of thinking. It's a way of being. Where before, a lot of the paradigm was, so it's external. If I get this, the icons of wealth. If I get that, that's abundance. Now you're understanding, Deej, if I wanted to create it, I can create it. And not to get too caught up with the terms. You can call it prayer. Di ba nga, Rai? I mean, faith is being sure of what you hope for, certain of what you don't see. But what about, I share this a lot, what about living as if your prayers were already answered? Living as if your prayers were already answered. Like, what would life be like? Not you're praying and then, diba, Rai, you're doubting. You're like that wave in the ocean. You're saying you have faith, and then the next thing, nagwawala ka na, and then you're affecting everyone. You're pulling everyone down. But I'll go to you guys. I want one last thing to add. One person that I follow on social media, Dennis Prager, he said this. Sabi niya, if you are living at home with your family, it is your responsibility to have a positive mindset. Okay, I'm not talking about false positivity. I'm not talking about false. I mean, of course, you acknowledge whatever you do, but he said it's your responsibility to be that person who can uplift your environment. And those of you who are watching, sabi, but importante yan. Try mo ikaw yung maging negative. And just try that for one day. It's a terrible way to live. I mean, you're looking at Russ laughing and DJ and Rabbi smiling. But imagine if that's how you affect people around you in this lockdown. Because I know what Russ is saying. The coaching that we're doing, that we're helping with people, a lot of them are truly suffering. a lot of people are crying. I know, Rai, the people you're coaching, people are having breakdowns, but to be able to support them through that process.
In fact, no, if I may add, and this is for the benefit of listeners, if I'm on a panic and emergency and fear and doubt and all of this anxiety mode right now, the only answer I will have to say is because I haven't locked down myself every day to prepare myself, physical, emotional, mental, for what is about to come. And perhaps lockdown for me is my own personal interpretation. I always say this when I do talks right now, is as if my creator is poking me. Sa Tagalog, pinipitik ako to remind me that there are more important things in life than money and success and work.
That's true.
Stop.
Yeah, I was gonna add to that.
That's it.
What Russ is saying, the more important things than busyness.
That's
Things
it.
that sabi na busy.
Yeah.
Your to-do list. I've got to meet people. I've got the deadline. I've got this, and now the whole world stops again.
Yeah.
I
The
turn it
world
over to
stops and everyone starts exercising. Everyone starts
Yeah.
calling friends, calling people, being in a relationship. Everyone's now learning,
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah.
Tennis like crazy, and people are more prayerful, are asking God's help, spirituality, and a lot of crazy TikTok thing. Why not do it every day?
And
Rabbi, ang laki ng ngiti ni Rabbi.
may pasok niya yung TikTok pa rin. And also people are, di ba, valuing their time with their family now. I'm doing coaching and as I kamustahan, lagi nilang hindi nawawala yun the appreciation of being together with their family. And tama yung sabi ni Bang, with all of this business, di ba, hindi natin na-appreciate before. We don't even, well, to most people, di ba, hindi nagbibigyan ng masyadong time. Now we appreciate it. Obviously, it's important to us, di ba? So these are the things, areas of our life that we neglect because yun nga, masyadong focus on getting things lang. And not that it's wrong, pero yun nga, in the balance of life of really, do I have time to take care of my health? Do I have the time to take care of my family? Of course, finance is very important, and as well spirituality, di ba? Those four areas. And ang sarap lang, no? Every time that I do coaching now, I always go to that four areas, and people starts to think na, oo nga, no? If I miss one, di ba, it will drag down, it will pull down every other areas of life. So, but if I start to work on this all of these areas in my life, my health, my relationship, of course my career, finances, and as well spirituality, I start to grow as a whole. Di ba? Yung the whole being. And it's not just at the end of the day, hindi lang naman yung material things that we will achieve, but it's who we become, di ba? Yun yung parang pinaka fulfilling, di ba? Yung fulfillment na yun na it patches up dun sa missing link that a lot of people, di ba? A lot of people have money, I mean, na sila lahat. And yet merong missing There's something missing deep within. And yung fulfillment na yun yung pinakamasarap na that we are now enjoying, and that's what we're sharing to the world now, that it's not just about the material things, it's really the beingness, diba? And enjoying that beingness full out, diba? 100%. Let's go to the world and give everything that we can, diba? Isang buhay lang ang meron tayo baka mag-times up tayo. At least we know that we know with ourselves we gave it all. We go full out, no holds back, no reservation, as in 100%. And that's how we will really enjoy life, right? So, grabe na, ewan ko, pinapapuwisan na ako. Sige, go.
Ako rin talaga So I think I'm so grateful at what's happened na rin with ECQ. I never thought before that I can survive like this, not going out. You know me, if busy talagang lagi akong lumalabas. I've been doing things, filling up my calendar. I never thought I can survive like this na nasa bahay lang. But this really taught me that it's possible. And then I enjoy it. Parang ayoko nang, di ba, parang kung pwedeng ganito, okay naman Buhay naman. I'm with the most important people in my life, which is my family. Di ba, Carla, my son Dylan, and then mga anak, magiging 4 na kami. Kasi gano'n naman we go for the riches to provide. I mean, as a family man, di ba? I cannot help but really relate everything that we've been learning and has learned in the past with my present life right now. I'm being tested Sobrang daming change na magkaroon ng, madali lang yung asawa pero magkaroon ng anak. yun kasi talaga yung grabe kasi both of our lives are really affected, no? So and dun ko nakita na if I were not I didn't attend all the training and the seminars that I've attended in the past, especially the spirituality and in terms of personal development. I will not really be prepared. It will really be crazy. 'Di ba? Ang hirap eh. Ngayon pa nga lang affected pa rin ako, 'di ba? Even of all this learning. Syempre, kasi magkaiba eh. Especially Carla has a very strong personality as well. Ipaglalaban niya yung alam niyang tama. And most of the time, tama talaga siya. 'Di ba? Matigas din ulo ko eh. Like, ganun talaga, 'di ba? But I have my own beliefs eh. So hindi ko agad matanggap. Grabe. No, but you know, I just cannot be not grateful about what's happening because it has taught me. And at the end of the day, ito yung life that I've always wanted, a time with them, and at the same time, still being able to serve people. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I launched my channel and my program. Because sabi ko, I want to share my blessing eh. And I don't need to wait for all these blessings to come in before I even share. Diba? It should be a currency, sabi nga ni Russ, diba? Money is a currency. Even energy and blessing is a currency. And that's what we're doing. As long as we receive, we should be also giving back. And that's the reason why probably nabuo din ito, no? Biglang ganun na lang din. Biglaan talaga eh, di ba? I didn't really expect na magkakaganto so fast. But here we are. We're so we're live, we're giving value, but you know, I can say that I'm one of the few people or one of the people who really are getting immense value out of this. Hearing from your stories, yung showing and feeling your energy, Rabbi, always that energetic na alam ko, 'di ba? Natural mo na 'yan, 'di ba? And then Bam's calmness. Oh, 'di ba? Bam's calmness and then Russ that being amazing and always full of wisdom. I feel I'm so blessed being here. Now, being in the room with you guys, apart from the people who are watching, 'di ba? Iba talaga yung pakiramdam. And I think again, whatever challenges there is, whatever obstacles that we are facing and we will face in the future, I will face in the future, I will be ready because yun nga, I committed to myself to growth. I'm grateful, no, first and foremost, that I decided and I was with the right people. I was with the right people who taught me things, showed me things, how things are being done, and then also, believed in me. I believed in me and guided me. Yun. So,
to add up na DJ, to have people who will tell you what you need to hear,
yeah.
diba? Yun yung pinaka best part of the process. That I mean, hindi niya bibibihin yung victim stories. Yan. Doon ko talaga hindi makalimutan si Coach Russ. He never ever accept. Of course, he's very allowing, very loving. Pero he never accepted my victim stories because a lot of times in my life, I love to play that drama. Nakawawa ako, I start to pity myself, and ito lang ako, maliit lang ako. Doon niya ako talaga, kung pwede nga lang literal niya akong batukan, ginawa niya siguro. No? But yun nga, when you have people who are there to speak to you the truth and to our viewers, kung meron po kayong ganyan sa buhay ninyo, appreciate them. I mean, these are the people we need kasi these are the people who will give us that emotional muscle para sa mga ganitong situation, right? So, it's good to have people who will, alam mo yun, with all of their care, will take that courage to speak the truth right straight to your face. Masakit, yes, pero alam mo yung pag na-realize mo along the way, ma-appreciate mo din. Masakit lang siya sa una, pero along the way, like for example, itong pandemic na nangyari, parang who knows that this will happen, di ba?
Yeah.
I believe walang nag-pray na mangyari ito, pero this is our reality, di ba? It's happening. So, I'm so grateful kasi at that moment na, kung naalala ni Coach, nung kino-coach pa lang ako that time, I don't even think na, alam mo yun, yung mga goal setting, sabi ko, totoo ba talaga to? Tapos may mga vision board pa. Alam mo yun, parang, honestly, alam mo yung gusto kong maniwala na mangyayari and I keep on forcing myself to believe. Pero, alam mo yun, somehow, yung part of my mind are really struggling na mangyayari ba talaga to? But good thing that there are really people who will believe and yun nga, speak the truth to you. And I thank God kasi nga itong pagdating nito pandemic, sabi ko nga when I shared with people, sabi ko imagine mo 33 years of my existence, I never even expected na mangyayari buong mundo mag-shutdown.
Oo.
So kung hindi tayo, well, personally for me, kung hindi ako prepared in terms of my health, kung hindi ako prepared in terms of finances, di ba? Parang ang hirap eh, di ba? Tapos, sorry po ha, walang patamaan, di ba? Kung aasa ka lang sa ayuda, di ba? Dun sa bibigay, depending my life to what the government can give. Of course, I'm nothing against the government, but however, yun nga, di ba, ang dami na nilang trabaho, ang dami na nilang ginagawa. Isang bagay yung pinaka-ina-appreciate ko na sinabi ni Coach Russ. The simplest way of taking responsibility, wag ka lang pabigat.
Yeah.
Yun sobra siyang tumatak in my mind. So that is why I started to really work on myself. I build myself up. Kasi nga, that's the simplest way. Kung yun na yung simplest way of me taking responsibility, ay wag lang akong maging burden to people I love, di ba? And even to the community, to the government. So we started really to work on ourselves. So yun nga, kaya ang sarap ng ginagawa natin because we really master ourselves.
Yes.
Yung personal mastery programs that we do. So yun yung, and the good thing is we do not just do lip service, meaning we do not just say it, we do it. Yun yung pinaka masarap na part. And that's the reason why yung confidence level natin when we share, even it's virtual, people can still feel our energy because we know deep within us, hindi lang siya theory, hindi lang siya information, but that is our life that we are sharing. Yun yung pinaka masarap. And because of that, yung words natin may life na kasama. And yun yung nakaka-excite lang na kahit pala virtual, di ba, na nakaka-across yung message to those people na imagine mo all over the world. I have this once nasa France siya, di ba, nag-good evening ako, good morning pala sa kanila. So, di ba, so nakakatuwa lang that even with this technology that we're using now, kapag innate na sa atin yung message, yun yung isa rin sa mga pinakagusto ko sabihin nila that we are our message.
Yeah.
Diba? And being, of course, ang sarap niyang pakinggan, but diba, the greater the power, comes great responsibility. So that's why we really have to work out every day talaga. We really have to grow ourselves. So yun lang yung pinakamasarap na maging innate na yun. Hindi na siya big deal. Dati, grabe pag sinabi ni Coach, pakinig ka ng audiobook, sabi ko talagang bingin-bingin na ako. Sabi ko, ulit-ulit ko talaga kailangan pakinggan. Now I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Things that I resist before, now I appreciate. At ako naman na nag-share sa iba ngayon. Di ba? We pass it on. And yun yung masarap that having the set of abundance, walang scarcity eh. Hindi, akin lang to. Ako lang to, para akin lang to. So, yun. That's also one thing, Coach, that I really appreciate about you. Yung hindi ka lang bigger than life in terms of achieving dreams, but you're also bigger than life in giving to people. And I want you to know that's one thing that you imparted to me. And I really appreciate that. That's why ako, personally, honestly, naiingit ako kay Bam. Bam, na nag-online ka na, alam mo, sabi ko, hala, paano ko gagawin yun? Kasi I cannot even imagine myself. Parang kausap ko camera. Parang, di ba, you know me. I'm energetic. Hindi. Tapos ngayon, nakaupo pa ako. Hindi ko alam kung upo lang ba ako. Iniisip ko pa lang siya, na-stress na ako. Pero, again, we adjust to the new normal. Ito yung new normal. Hindi ko pwedeng ipilit yung gusto ko. So, but still, when the purpose is clear, di ba? Malinaw sa mind, malinaw sa heart, it becomes easier for us to really share ourselves.
Ang galing, Rabbi. Shoutout lang tayo while we're waiting for the answer din ni Bam and ni Russ. No? Shoutout tayo kay Abraham Cardosa. Kuya Rabbi, tinatawag ka. Tapos agree daw si Jessel Pagaduan. Ayan, and then si Jenaline Somera. Hi, Coach Rabbi. Sabi ni Tatiana, I so feel the love and respect here. Hello, Tatiana. And people forget who they are. Kinote kanila, Russ. And then, sabi ni Jason Merhilia, wow, amazing opportunity to see the best of the best. I miss hearing Coach Russ again. Great to see Coach Bam. Coach Rabbi, hello. So much learning now. Sabi ni Lani, Santa Ana, the original trio during my first ever Discovery Seminar. Thank you to all of you. Ayan. Sila Arnold is watching. And a lot of people. Very passionate, Coach Rabbi. Sabi ni Jonah Bebe. Mark Sebastian, my daughter loves you, all of you. Hello, Mark. Yan, hope to meet Coach Russ, Coach Edward, and Coach DJ as well. Sabi ni Jonah, Rabbi, student mo to. Yan, I am blessed to watch this live, sabi ni Tatiana. Mike Bernabe, hi Coach Russ, very motivated. Nangangamusta si Tatiana, yan. Hello sa mga buddies nila sa breakthrough. Yung namatay lahat. Si Ange, si Carla. Naalala niyo ba yun? Hi, coaches. Ayan, si Sharon Dahog. Hello po, I'm watching from KSA. Late watching po. Ayan. We're streaming live in Facebook. Nakaabot tayo sa Saudi. Ayun, so tapos na natin silang kamustahin. Yan.
DJ Solidaran, say hi lang sa Milan, Italy.
Hello, Milan. Yeah, so, we're 1.5, 7:30. Can I get final words from you guys? Simulan natin kay Bam.
Yeah. Again, thank you for the opportunity, Deej, for bringing us all. I had a lot of fun. Just listening to you guys, just being able to connect, but also to honor Russ also for what he planted in all of us. That's second Russ. That's eternal gratitude, Russ, that'll never go away. And hearing Rabbi now, and I'm kind of a little bit upset, DHK Rabbi, because I can't understand. 33 years old. Why does he still look like he's 23? I mean, it's just not fair. Anyway, yun lang. I'm grateful. There's a lot of people who are watching. See Mac Palacios. A lot of people. Arnold said it's so good to see the four of us together now, and a lot of people from all over just saying hi and just expressing gratitude to everyone here. Yeah, DJ. I mean, God bless you, bro, for doing this. And of course, Russ, whatever you're doing in your life journey, Rabbi as well. I'm just grateful we had this opportunity, and it doesn't have to be our last naman. I mean,
yeah,
we're all online. So yeah, indeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Bam. Let's go to Russ.
Yeah, this is exciting. Being able to just again reconnect and remember great things. I don't even remember all the things that had happened in the past that were thorns. All I remember is just gratitude, being part of my life, and being able to just also being served and also being able to serve you guys. I guess talking about all of these things and maybe final word for people that are listening here. Give yourself opportunity to lock down yourself every day. For the rest of your life. And when you say lock down yourself every day, the first 20 minutes to at least 3 hours of your life has to be fully dedicated to connect to who you are. And the way you connect to who you are is really connecting to the source and being able to just allow myself to really see how I live my life. I always say there are 3 types of prayer that I always practice. Okay? Prayer number 1 is a verb. Wherein this is I pause and pray. It's an action. Prayer number 2 is also an emotion on how I choose to feel moment to moment with another person in front of me, with a situation. So for me, that's also prayer. Okay, but lastly is a prayer as a being. That every time I have an opportunity, and it's always an opportunity, am I coming from taking or giving? And it's really beingness of contribution. And if I live my life on that particular aspect, the abundance will just overflow simply because I live my life in terms of contribution. So having said that, just a quick invitation on Saturday, I'm doing a discovery preview. So maybe if there are people who attended this 2012 the way until today, it's free. It's in my show. Okay, and then from there I have a 3 to 5. It's all about relationship talk. A lot of big artistas who I will be joined with to really understand self-love. That's 3 to 5. It's still on air broadcast. Again, it's free.
Wow.
That's Saturday's full pack. And then from 5 to 7, it's really helping leaders understand the great millennials. Okay, so I'll be joined with MJ Aguilar, okay, for representing the Philippines. I also have one really big guy in self-development in UK. His name is Liam. And last is from the India. He's one of the big guy in self-development. So we'll be talking about millennials and how to lead millennials. So again, that's my offer to people who's listening. It's in my Facebook. It's whatever. It's all over. So just go plug yourself in, and that's the true excitement of the abundance of technology.
Wow.
I just have to be in my house. Okay. Ilang linggo na ako at ilang buwan na ako hindi nagbi-brief habang nagsiseminar. Yun yung maganda dyan. No? So nakakatuwa. And just really, be out there, be of service. I like what Rabbi is saying. Whatever will serve the audience, let's go do it. Setting aside my ego, setting aside whatever it is. And I think that's the whole message of this pandemic. Be out there to serve and to help and support.
Thank you, Russ. So it's this Saturday on your in your Facebook page, Life Coach Russ. Right? 1 to 7, 1 to 3, 3 to 5, and then 5 to 7.
I have a 9 to 3.
9 to 3. Sorry, 9 to 3 yung Discovery.
Discovery preview.
Okay.
And then I have a 3 to 5 about relationship and self-love.
Okay.
I forgot who the artistas were, but I'll be with artistas.
Okay.
Sorry, hindi ko masyado kilala.
Okay.
So wala na akong TV.
Okay.
And then I have 5 to 7, leading millennials.
Okay, perfect. So full pack Saturday, 9 to 3, 3 to 5, and then 5 to 7. It's all free. Just go to Life Coach Russ in Facebook. So go ahead and do it. So thank you very much, Russ, for your time and your sharing. Let's go to Rabbi. Final words, bro.
Well, thank you, DJ. Thank you for making this happen. Ako marunong lang mangulit, pero you made it happen. We're here, and I'm so happy right now. I'm nag-overwhelm yung feeling ko ngayon. Just listening kanina nga habang nagsasalita silang dalawa, parang gusto ko na lang gumanon.
Kaya nga, oo.
Kasi di ba, as a trainer, we are the ones who share and talk. It's so good. Alam mo yung listening to people that we have the same mind and alam mo the same intention and desire. Yun lang. Well, of course, I'm happy to meet again, Coach Russ. It's been so long. I just want you to know that every time that you will see us and remember us, specifically for me, know that I am one of your fruits. Okay? Isa ako sa mga bunga ng iyong pagtsatsaga. Okay? Sa amin. And to all the viewers, just don't give up in whatever it is that you want for yourself, for your life. Always pray to God and trust God that He has good plans for you, and just keep on growing, keep on learning, find means and ways to really discover that greatness that God has given, and part of that is really being authentic, okay, and becoming real about yourself. It's not denying the negativities. Okay, it's acknowledging it. Parang embracing both sides. Yung pa pala, gusto ko yun na, I embrace myself when I'm good and I still embrace myself even I'm dark. So, both sides, I accept who I am. And when the moment that I learned that, I really still I appreciate myself whether I'm good and bad. And that's the wholeness of life. So, well, ikipono din yun. Di ba? So, I'm really grateful for this moment. Ako mismo manonood ako ulit nito. Tama, mare-record to, di ba?
Yes.
So I will watch it again because I really love the learning and the lesson, and I hope yung po sa mga nanonood, sana po we added value to you, and we are looking forward. Personally, I am looking forward for the second run of this reunion. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Rabbi. Guys, I'm so happy that natuloy ito, and then for all saying yes, kahit biglaan. You know, just last night, actually kanina umaga lang yung with the schedule and everything, so na-post din natin yan. And I believe this is just simply God's plan. No, this pandemic that's been happening, what we've all been praying so far in our lives, ngayon we got it, even more than what we've wanted. We wanted time for our families and ourselves, now we got it, and it's just about what we will be doing about it, diba? So I just really miss connecting with you guys. I believe that just, it gives me chills. Seeing our pictures dun, apat tayo magkakatabi na yun, sabi ko, nakakamiss, no? Because these are the times that when we're running Discovery together, diba? And even breakthrough with Bam. Alam, huling breakthrough ko with you guys sa Davao, eh. Diba? So, and I really miss those times. And at the same time, thank you for, just giving full out and just being real. Sabi nga, Russ, when you told us earlier that, it's kind of weird and awkward at first, but yet we all said yes. We know that there will be probably people who are watching and probably judging, but it's beyond that. It's beyond other people, but us connection with one another. At the end of the day, we are leaders and leading different teams and growing. I think that's how it was meant to be. Really us helping more people and growing in different directions so that we can reach a bigger audience. And right now we're just, connecting with one another to just have a mini reunion, and to the people whom we are connected with when we are working together with one another. I'm happy that they're happy. I'm happy that you're all happy doing this. I know there's a bit of awkwardness, even me, because I built the chat group, si Rabbi muna and si Bam. Then I asked them, do you think okay na kasama natin si Russ? Kasi talagang si Russ yung something, wala namang ibang mapili. Sinong isasama mo rito? Diba sa ating apat, wala naman akong iba pang maisip na idadagdag eh. So,
si Anthony Robbins yung isang option, Russ or Anthony
diba?
Robbins.
Ganun. Medyo malayo, tsaka baka mag-Englishan tayo sobra.
Mahal yun, mahal.
Mahal, oo, ganun. So sabi ko, sabi nga ni Carla, just like I think yesterday or kanina lang, that, his plan is bigger than our plans, right? God's plan is always bigger than our plans. We may not understand what's happening. We just need to pray and, just let him do the rest, give our best. And, I think we all gave our hearts out right now. I miss these types of conversations and seminars, sometimes over coffee lang ito or after Discovery, doon lang tayo nagkakwentuhan, or coaching after Discovery and Breakthrough, and now it happens. And dahil pa pwedeng pag-usapan, it's just that, it's been too long, almost 2 hours na rin tayo. People will have dinner, we will have dinner as well. So thank you very much for giving your time, guys. This is a perfect example of when you're a family, you will always be connected, no matter what. There might be challenges that has happened along the way, but family is family, right? Mentor are mentors, right? Brothers are brothers. That's what will happen. And we always find a way to go back together, right? And I think this is the perfect way to do that. People are needing and are hungry for more learning. People miss us being together. And I'm glad that, we hope we can do this again. So thank you very much, guys. If you missed some parts of this video, this will be posted in my YouTube channel as well. It will be uploaded there. It's easier to search kasi pagdating sa YouTube eh. Facebook sometimes when live is done, you cannot search. So this will be posted in YouTube as well so that you can search and search again. So again, thank you very much. Guys, thank you for your time. I hope to see you soon, and God bless you. God bless everyone in your team, and God bless everyone who's following you and those lives that you will touch. Thank you for everyone who's watching. Guys,
Thanks.
good night.
Night.
Good night.
Thank
Good night.
you.